The pads are on, the lights are bright, and Jets vs. Packers might be the very first sneak peek of what could shape the entire season for the New York Jets. Welcome to the official Jack Talks Jets, New York Jets vs. Green Bay Packers official game preview. Let's get it. Hey Jet fans, welcome back to another video on Jack Talks Jets. Today is obviously going to be about, based off the title, the New York Jets versus the Green Bay Packers preseason week 1 game overview. I am so excited to be talking Jets football with you today. And Jets football is back today. Jets football is officially back today. I'm so excited. So let's dive right into the video here. So Aaron Glenn said this past week in a press conference after training camp, I believe it was the August 7th training camp, I believe Aaron Glenn stated is that the starters will be starting tonight for the New York Jets. He didn't really specify how long they would be starting for, but he did say the starters will be in action tonight for the New York Jets, and I'm so thrilled to hear this. The reason why is because, Justin Fields is still really an unproven quarterback in the league, and what better way to get some reps before week 1 against a very tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense than just getting some reps in the preseason. Yes, it may not be as physical, as important as the regular season, but Fields is still getting some physical reps out there. And it's universally known that quarterbacks in training camp and practice in general do not get hit. They don't even get a finger laid on them in practice. So, if this team is going to be a run-first offense, then Justin Fields, I feel like, should get used to getting hit, should be used to being very physical in this league here, especially, and I think that's, like I said, especially if they're running a run-first offense, which is why, again, is another reason why I'm really excited to see him out there, at least for the first quarter of the game. If I had to make a prediction, I would say Justin Fields is probably going to be out there at least for the first quarter. I'm going to say for the first quarter, Justin Fields will be out there with the starters for the New York Jets. So, staying on the topic of Justin Fields, what can we really expect from him tonight? Assuming, again, like I said, assuming the Jets are going to be running a run-first offense, we could see Fields using his legs a lot tonight, and presumably, as well as the running backs, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, we could see them being utilized a lot tonight, which is going to be good. I would expect a few read options, triple options from here and there. Maybe not as much because, again, it's still the preseason with the risk of preseason injury, like Justin Fields just had a dislocated toe. Zach Wilson had a scary knee injury a few years ago playing in the preseason. So, with the risk of a preseason injury to your franchise quarterback as of right now, I don't think they're going to be using his legs that much this game. I think if they're going to be using the starters throughout the entire preseason, I can see them gradually using his legs as the preseason goes on until week 1. Again, like I said, don't count it out at all. I definitely expect some runs by Justin Fields tonight. Maybe just not as much as they're going to use him in the regular season because, again, they don't want a preseason scary injury, which I totally understand. Better to be safe than sorry. Especially for our quarterback that we really need to succeed, especially in this new offense with Tanner Engstrand. You can't really risk injury. So expect some runs, but not a lot. Expect a lot of passes tonight too, which I'm actually very looking forward to seeing some, to look at some Justin Fields passing abilities. Obviously in the past, we know that Justin Fields isn't the best at passing the ball, which is why I'm very interested to see how he's going to be able to utilize his wide receivers tonight. Obviously, you have some names like Xavier Gipson, who's not going to be playing tonight, which I was looking forward to actually seeing working with Justin Fields tonight. But anyway, he throwing-wise, especially at training camp the last couple of days, he has not been good. Rich Cimini posted a tweet, I believe, a couple of days ago that he was 9 for 16 and 11 on 11s, 1 for 4 and 7 on 7s, I believe, and I believe threw 2 or 3 interceptions, I want to say, which is not really a good look, especially for a starting quarterback in training camp. Again, still training camp, still a lot of time to develop. But again, you really have to nail these things in the coffin nail these things down before week 1 comes, because you cannot really have that come week 1. Especially if you're playing against a good defense like the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think you shouldn't be, you have to be prepared come week 1. That's all I have to say, really for that. And I think, again, iron sharpens iron. I think that's a term that a lot of football fans, a lot of sports fans in general know. Iron sharpens iron, which is why the reason why I say that is because I'm so excited to see Justin Fields playing against a specific challenge by the name of Xavier McKinney. Xavier McKinney, I believe he is playing tonight. Packers are starting their starters tonight, I believe, on both sides of the ball. So if Xavier McKinney is playing tonight, which I believe he will, it's going to be good seeing Justin Fields getting some challenges within his reps, right? Again, we don't need Justin Fields to light up Lambeau Field. We don't need Justin Fields to put on a Super Bowl-like performance tonight. I just want to see a smoothly run offense. That's all I want to see. Nothing else. Don't want to see any trickery. If it works, it works. Hey, but I don't want to see any over-the-top plays, any like trying too hard plays from Justin Fields or the entire offense in general. I just want to see a smooth, coordinated offense by Tanner Angstrand and Aaron Glenn. That's all I want to see. Especially because I'm scarred. I think every Jet fan is scarred from the past few years with our offense. Especially with the mindset that it's been the last couple of years of win now. Again, I mean, I want to win now too. I would want nothing more than a trip to the Super Bowl, a Super Bowl victory even. But is that realistic right now? No, it's not. So I just want to see a smoothly run, building up offense. Think of that as kind of like a mountain. You want to get up there. Once you reach that peak, once this offense is thriving, then you can start doing all of these trickery stuff and becoming comfortable in the game. But as of right now, it's just preseason week 1. I really want to see this offense just smoothly going up to their goal is to reach that peak of the mountain. But right now, they're at the bottom right now, over the course of the season, I want to see them starting to go up that mountain, up that mountain, up that mountain. And at some point, they're going to hit that peak. Once they hit that peak, then don't go down that mountain, continue to go up. If they hit that peak, look for a new peak. Don't ever go down. That's what I want to see out of this offense tonight. That's what I want to see out of this offense throughout the course of the season. Smoothly coordinated. Those are the two words I guess I could put it best of. A smoothly coordinated offense. So Justin Fields, again, I just want to see good play out of him tonight. So moving positions here, we're going to go over to the wide receivers of this team. Some receivers to look out for tonight. There's a few names I wrote down in my notes here. A few names to look out for tonight are names such as Malachi Corley, Arian Smith, Allen Lazard, Josh Reynolds, and Jamal Pritchett. Jamal Pritchett is one that I will say I'm very excited to see just because of his success in training camp so far. I've heard nothing but good things so far about Jamal Pritchett in training camp, and I'm really excited to see what he can do tonight against Green Bay. Another name I didn't really have in my notes I was contemplating putting down is Quentin Skinner. Quentin Skinner, again, he's a very tall, lanky guy who can get you some good contested catches if used in the right position. If he plays tonight, which hopefully he will, I could definitely see him, making some good plays tonight against this Packers defense. Maybe not the starting defense because, again, he's an undrafted free agent. I mean, we don't know. But maybe against the secondary defense, against the second defense for the Green Bay Packers, I could definitely see Quentin Skinner making some plays tonight, if used right. Go up and get those contested catches from whoever the quarterback is. I don't believe Tyrod Taylor is playing tonight, so I'm going to assume it's Brady Cook or Adrian Martinez is going to be throwing Quentin Skinner the ball once the first team offense comes out. So, I mean, those are the names that to watch out for. Again, Malachi Corley, again, one of those names I really, really want to see succeed tonight. I really do. Again, I cannot preach this enough. Feed him jet sweeps. Feed him bubbles. Feed him RPOs. Feed him as much as you can to make him succeed. I know those plays will make him succeed. We've seen it a few times last season. Again, that drop ball in the end zone is what hovers over his entire career right now. But if he moves on, if he gets disciplined, which I totally believe Aaron Glenn will do, he's a very disciplinary head coach. If they decide to keep him, which as of right now, I don't really see the Jets keeping Malachi Corley, unfortunately, right now. But hey, that could all change come the end of preseason. We have to see what Malachi Corley does. And if Corley plays well, there is a chance the Jets could keep him for this season, and that's all I hope for. I really want to see Malachi Corley succeed. A few other names. You have Arian Smith, who, again, I think I mentioned when I listed the names. Arian Smith, again, rising rookie, speedster. I want to see how he does over the middle, maybe go on a couple deep routes as well. I could definitely, if I had to pick, though, I'd probably see him going on shallow routes mostly just because of his speed. Again, he's not really the biggest receiver, so that's why I don't really see him going on those go routes, like the contested catchers, like you have like a Mike Williams who just recently retired. Those are the type of guys, and Ted McMillan, a rookie, those are the type of guys who need to go deep and make those contested catches. Arian Smith, I guess you could say, can go deep because of his speed. But, I mean, if I really wanted to be comfortable with him, I'd probably want to send him over shallow routes, over the middle, maybe a couple medium routes as well. Just to be comfortable. Allen Lazard, this is going to be a huge preseason for him to prove why he is going to be a true wide receiver 3, I guess, for the Jets. That's my projection right now. I think he's going to be wide receiver 3, but this is really the chance for him to prove why he's going to be the wide receiver 3. Same goes for Josh Reynolds, who's on this list as well. Reynolds is going to be out there to prove why he's going to be the true wide receiver 2 for the Jets, and why they don't have to pick up another name such as Amari Cooper or trade for Terry McLaurin. So, I mean, I think this is a huge game for these two. Even though basically I think they're a lock right now for wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. I think this is a very important game for these two names just because of their, they really have to prove why they are in these positions in the first place. So a couple of names to watch out for the rest of the roster for the Jets. Obviously, Breece Hall, you got to watch out for that speed and vision. I've heard nothing but good things about Hall's vision so far in training camp, which is good because that's probably the biggest thing, that he struggled with last year in the season was his vision. Again, you take a look back at that Buffalo Bills game, Monday Night Football, I believe it was week 6 of last season. Hall's vision was not that great. On tape, you could see him misreading a lot of blocks, misreading a lot of holes that he was supposed to go to. So, I mean, that was just a huge issue for him last season, and his entire career in general. So I think it's great that he's been putting on a lot of work into his vision, and I'm happy to hear that his vision's actually been improving a lot, which is nothing but hopeful for this running back because this guy, Breece Hall, has nothing but sky-high potential for this league. Breece Hall, I think, if used right, if he plays right, if this guy just ups his speed, ups his vision, which again is very hard after that ACL tear and the past knee injuries for him. But if he ups his speed, if he ups his vision, which I've heard he's doing, he has the potential to be a top 5 running back in this league. I totally think so. And a lot of people think, just because I talk so highly of Isaiah Davis, and I've said it many times on this channel that I think Isaiah Davis will be a dog in this league, especially for this team. That does not mean I don't think Breece Hall is not good. I think Breece Hall is a very good running back when he is, right? When he is, what we've seen out of him, what I mean by that is, when we have seen flashes of Breece Hall being a great running back, he has the potential, like I just said, to be a top 5 running back in the NFL. He has to be used right. He cannot be fed inside runs that much anymore. He's an outside running back. Push him to the outside, and that's where he succeeds the most. Receiving too, he's a great receiving back. Use him as that. I mean, if they use him right, if he plays right, he has the potential to be a top 5 running back for sure. Braylon Allen's another name for the running back room that I'm really excited to see. I've heard nothing but great things about Braylon Allen in training camp. Gotta watch out for his power, his elusiveness tonight, which I'm really hopeful to see. A lot of over 7-yard runs tonight. I'm really excited to see what he can do. Isaiah Davis, as many of you know, I'm really high on Isaiah Davis this year. His vision and his elusiveness are some things I'm really looking out for. Based on what we saw last season, his vision and elusiveness were both awesome last year. I played a few highlight tapes of his just I believe a couple videos ago, and that's kind of what proves my point. Donovan Edwards, another one I'm really looking forward to seeing tonight, and his consistency at the pro level. His consistency at the NFL level is something that I'm really looking forward to. I'm a huge Michigan football fan myself, so I've been watching this guy for a few years now, and this guy definitely has the potential to make the roster. Unfortunately, I probably don't see it, but he definitely has a lot of potential in this league. His speed is awesome. I love watching him in Michigan, at least. His speed is electric. I mean, this guy literally on the opening play of the national championship, I believe, literally had a touchdown for Michigan, like a 60-something yard touchdown, I believe. But again, this guy's, I'm really excited to see how he can play at the pro level, especially as an undrafted free agent. If we're able to sign him by the end of preseason, I think that'll be a huge pickup for us. Defensive tackle, Leonard Taylor III, another one of these names who a lot of people think could have the potential to be our DT2. I think it's going to be Derek Nottie or Byron Cowher, but LT3 definitely is not escaping my mind one bit. If he plays well through training camp, there is a strong chance that he could end up being the DT2 behind Quinnen Williams, which I'm totally excited for. He's going to be another one of those names that I really watch out for. Linebackers, obviously you have the rookie Francisco Maligoa, but another one of those names who I believe is going to be LB3 this year is Marcelino McCrary-Ball. I think MMB is going to do a lot of good things for the Jets this season, and I'm really excited to see how he can play during the preseason tonight, especially tonight against the Green Bay Packers, as it is the Jets opener tonight. I'm really excited to see what he can do this season. I've heard a lot of great things about him in training camp so far. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what he can do tonight. Cornerbacks, I got to go to Quantes Stiggers again. One of those names who I'm very excited to see tonight. Safety, same goes for Malachi Moore and Andre Sisco. These guys are just guys I've heard. Again, I've heard good things about in training camp so far, especially Malachi Moore. Very physical guy. Actually, I believe he might be injured. Actually, let me check that actually really quick. I'll be right back with you guys. I believe he's actually injured. Okay, so I just checked on his injury status. There's not a clear time he will be returning, so hopefully within the next couple weeks he will be returning. I mean, an oblique could take up to a month, I believe, for an injury. It depends on the severity of the injury. But Malachi Moore, again, not even just about tonight, over the course of the preseason, if he does come back in time, is one of those names I'm really excited to watch. Andre Sisco as well, a ball hawk safety for this team. I'm really excited to see what he can do tonight. A very physical safety indeed. So I really think that's what the Jets really need in a safety like that in Andre Sisco, which I'm very hopeful for. Um, you know, overall, just overall, I believe the Jets will run, going back to the offense again. Let's just hope that Justin Fields plays consistent tonight. Again, I'm not asking for any explosive plays. I'm asking for a smoothly coordinated offense. That's it. But overall, I believe the Jets will run a run-first offense tonight and over the course of the season, which is going to be good with their starters and potentially backups too. I mean, you could see names like Tyrod Taylor, still running those read options. But again, with that knee injury, I'm a little concerned, especially with his age. I believe he's 36 years old now, which is a little concerning for a backup quarterback in the NFL, and especially with a very mobile quarterback as in Tyrod Taylor. If it was 2017 Taylor, I'd have no problem running this offense with him. I'm just a little concerned with him right now just because he's old and he's not as mobile as he was, but he's still a little mobile, which is a good thing to see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video here on Jack Talks Jets. Hope you guys enjoyed this game preview before the Jets-Packers game. I'll do a post-game show hopefully tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. New goal is to 350 subscribers by the end of the year, so let's see if we can get there. And again, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, Jet fans.